Just some random gameplay of my Tauren Death Knight. I'm on a new server. It's still a PvP server. I was tempted to go to a PvE one because that's some of the changes with Wrath of the Lich King pre-patch, is that you are no longer bound. You can have both Horde and Alliance on the same server, and you can also swap between them. So you can go from a PvE or RP server to a PvP server. They got rid of all that stuff. They did make the game easier in some areas. Now, I'm still a Blood Death Knight, and as you can see here, I am in Zangermarsh, and I'm about to hit, relatively soon, 68. And I have been going through all the zones as normal, so to kind of recap, you start off in Hellfire. Hell, I think by the time I was done Hellfire, I was 64 or 65. I was like, shit, I could go to Nagrand. But no, after that, I decided to go to Zangermarsh. And by the time I'm done Zangermarsh, after that, you generally go to Terrakar Forest. Then I think you do Nagrand. Then I think it's Blade's Edge Mountain. And then I think it's either Shadow Moon or Netherstorm or a bit of both. I think Shadow Moon's kind of like the last one. But Netherstorm is it. I think I'm going to ding 70 in Terrakar Forest. I won't even need to go to Nagrand. For some reason, I don't like the Nagrand. I don't know. There's something about it. Maybe it's left a sour taste in my mouth. I really don't know. But yeah, I'm 66. So sorry, I'll be 67 while I'm in here. Yeah, that's 67, 68, 69. Yeah, it's hard to say. Because again, we've got the Joyous Journey. That was the other thing I want to talk about. Until Wrath of the Lich King launches on the 26th of September, that Joyous Journey is out. So, I mean, now is the time to get a few extra levels on some characters. And I wasn't sure about the Tauren Death Knight. I do like it a lot. But it is still a big commitment because I don't want, like, multiple Death Knights. So I had made a human one, and just to kind of see how it is, you know, the whole melee animation thing. And the way I look at it is, even if I'm not 100% set for whatever reason on this Tauren or even this new server that I'm on that's really not that populated at all. It's one of the free ones that you could transfer to. I forget what it's called. I can at least log on whenever I want. That's kind of the biggest take from this, is I'm really excited to do that. Because in the future, if I find out that the game is not dying, that's probably not the right word, but like it's calming down, I could probably end up going back to Grobulus, which was one of my favorite servers. It's an RP PvP server. But more than that, it's roughly 50-50 Horde and Alliance. So if you're into that world PvP, then it's perfect, right? Which I am into, and you could sense or hear that hesitation in my voice. It's because I've kind of come over the last few years with limited time doing YouTube full-time, and let's be real, my day-to-day videos don't get that many views, and I've talked about that a million times. My channel does, you know, better than I could ever imagine, to be honest, on a monthly basis. Just not my day-to-day videos. So, I know that these kinds of videos will never even pop 100 views. I don't think I've ever had a random gameplay video hit 100 views, which would only be like 10 cents. I do this because for me it's fun. World of Warcraft is a huge part of my life. Not quite half my life I've been playing it, but for about 18 years I've been playing it. So I mean a good close to half my life. And I just enjoy the shit out of it. There are things about retail that I like more that I've talked about before. Things about classic I hate more, but I like more. Anyhow, this server, dead or not, I'm going to level on here. And my main now, which is my Night Elf Druid, it's no longer my Tauren, 'cause I don't really like the cat form. I'm very OCD. There was a few aspects of it that I didn't like. And so I, you know, got rid of it. Now you have to give me a moment, because now I'm struggling. I'm like, where the fuck is this thing? No, that's the innkeeper. Pursuing Terror Claw. This is what happens. Oh, right there. It's because I had already turned in the other quests. I don't want to have to think. That's why I've got the guide. But yeah, my druid now is a night elf. I still have my Tauren one, but I couldn't log on to play. So I play normally during the day. Like, literally early morning. Like, right now it's 8 o'clock. I'm sometimes playing WoW at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's like fucking 2 a.m. LA time. Okay?
Relax.
So a lot of people are just not playing. So it's easy for me to play. But I like to play sometimes for a little bit, around 4 or 5 in the afternoon Eastern time. So that's like, 2 o'clock Pacific to 3 o'clock Pacific time. And by then, forget it. Massive queue times. And when I say massive queue times, I'm talking like 2 hours. I'm not talking 15 or 20 minutes. 2 hours. Well, a lot could get done in 2 hours. I could probably get close to level 68 in 2 hours as long as I can finally figure out where the hell I'm supposed to go. So, to me, that was a waste of time. And I thought to myself, you know what? Forget it. I don't have any friends in WoW that I actually, play with, especially on Horde. Alliance I do, but not Horde. So that's when I was like, all right, you know what? Who cares where I am, as long as I can play the game. I just want to make sure here. Don't think we can use maces. Maybe we can. Want to make sure my bags are too full. Yeah, so I decided to boost there. I did a boost and a video on it. And in an alternate fantasy world, yeah. Even the fantasy part's not enough. It has to still be an alternate fantasy world. I would have had enough views on that video that I made about the what you get in a 70 boost that it would have paid for the boost, get it? Or I would have broken even, or I would have gotten like a 50% discount from, the views I would have gotten, because it's like 75 bucks Canadian for one of those boosts. If I would have made like $30 Canadian, that would have been awesome, but that would have required me getting like 40 or 50,000 views on the video, and I think I got 40 or 50 views. So I might have broken a nickel. But I enjoy doing that kind of stuff because those types of videos are informative. This video here, there's nothing informative about this shit whatsoever. But there's people out there that make these kinds of videos. And, they're doing well. Now, this is weird because now that I'm recording, we're at a standstill. There's usually a Night Elf NPC here. And they're gone. See, there's a horde there. Or a horde. An alliance. A human death knight. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. Oh, and his guild is for the horde. Yeah, for the horde. Get it? As in he's hoarding. Anyway, so while we're up here and we're watching, so my Night Elf, I put him on a PvE server. And that's not a big deal because I'm kind of... What was that? A Shin Lim? David Blaine, whatever his name is. Fucking... Oh, there we go. See? She must have been killed. Where's her puppy? She usually has a puppy with her. But I can still PvP. It's called doing Battlegrounds with under like a minute queue time. So that's really freaking cool. And I can roam around. And I don't need to stealth. I don't need to worry about anything. I run around, heal people, buff people. It's a really, as boomers would say, chill server. Is that what boomers say? Or is that what Generation Z? I can't keep up with all this shit. I just know that it's a nice little server. It's high in population. There is no queue times ever. That doesn't mean there's never going to be any, especially like when Wrath hits. Oh, I fit. But either which way, I can switch out at any time I want. And there's going to be faction changes, race changes, all that fun stuff, if you ever feel the need to do so. Which I have to admit, I'm a fan of. Not gonna lie. I am a fan of that shit. Because like I said, like my druid, I'm pretty sure I'll stick with it. Like Night Elf. It's not like I have that many other choices. Gnome druid, I could be like a little hamster or something. But like the Death Knight, I just wasn't sure. I just know that they're like a big, beefy, powerful class. I really like the Paladin. They're easier to play. They're actually more fun. Yeah, I said it. For me to play, for how I play the game, they're more fun. It's more immersive, engaging. All these words I could throw at it. The Death Knight is a LOL class, and most people will know what that means. Like, lol, haha, laughing out loud, just mash the keyboard and you'll do a lot of damage. It's so powerful in both PvE, PvP. I kill faster with Marshlight Bleeders. I kill faster as a tank Death Knight than I do any other DPS class. Unless I'm doing it wrong on the other classes. I'm not performing all that great. Maybe a hunter could perform that well, especially Beastmaster, because you're not doing all the work. Right? When you play a video game, you're already being lazy to begin with, but when you're like a BM hunter, I mean, that's the epitome of fucking lazy right now. Just boom, just like that. So yeah, so I decided to, today, get a couple of levels, or at least a good solid couple of bars on the Death Knight. And after that, I've got a Dwarf Hunter. I've got a Dwarf Paladin. Again, wasn't sure. You know, the melee for the two-hander on a Paladin's kind of cool, but he kind of leans over a little bit too much for my liking. But the way he handles a shield and a one-handed weapon, the Dwarf there, they're amazing. And they're a little bit taller than a gnome, so I can actually see them stand above the grass. That kind of shit matters to me. That's where OCD comes in. Because truth be told, in terms of animations and all that kind of stuff, gnomes take the cake, man. They've got wicked casting animations, wicked melee animation, whether two-hander or one-hander. Don't fuck around with the gnomes. They're bite-sized little timbits. They're yummy. Speaking of which, I get to eat in a half hour. I'm on intermittent fasting, so I only eat between the hours of 9 and 5, and some people might be like, oh my god, what is that? And I'm back on the keto. Not an Aikido. The keto diet. Intermittent fasting. Way off topic, but you know what? Let's get into it, because who's going to make it this far into the video anyways? So, you know, most people eat, you know, breakfast around 7, 8, 9 in the morning, right? Roughly, give or take, in that area. Depending on when you wake up, you generally soon after eat. And then most people, what's supper time? Let's say between 5 and 7. That's realistic to say. Sure, there might be the odd smartass that's like, I eat supper around 9. Good for you. Good for you. You were probably working till 6 or 7, so by the time you got home, cooked yourself up something, if you even cooked your own supper, you lazy prick, you will be eating around that time. But give or take, it's in the evening. So if you're having breakfast around 7 a.m. and you're having supper around 5 p.m., then what is so like, ooh, what is that he's doing? It's so exotic. I eat my breakfast at 9 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. So I'm only pushing my breakfast ahead 2 hours. And I still have my supper at 5 p.m. The difference is there's no snacking at 9 p.m. when I'm in bed watching Seinfeld and Friends and playing my Nintendo Switch. There's none of that. So that is probably helping me right there, but something happens when you go 16 hours is what it ends up being without eating, is it does some funky stuff, helps you lose weight and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, doing that with the lower carb. I don't like saying low carb because then people, ooh, he's doing something wild. Nah, it's not that wild. Lower carb. I'm actually not even technically doing keto, to be super technical, because I don't eat such low carbs that my body produces ketosis. What I am doing, though, is being carbohydrate conscious. I'm being CC. Crowd control. No. Carb conscious control. Whatever the fuck you want to call it. And what that does is it's real simple. Helps my blood sugar stay lower, because I'm a diabetic. And as a result, my sugars are lower. So my body will actually utilize fat as energy rather than trying to lower my blood sugars even more to a respectable level, which means I can lose weight. So, there you go. Don't like talking numbers because I did that before and I was successful. Then I ended up, which I'm there again, to be honest, not having too good a time with the finances, but keto's a lot more expensive because of the specialty foods that are lower in carb. But I'm also eating a lot less because I'm also a lot less hungry. When your sugars are at a normal range, like a normal person, you have a normal appetite. When you lower your carb intake, carbs makes you hungrier. So, it's kind of like a win-win. So I'm hoping everything just kind of works out. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. So I had ended up losing a decent, actually not all that much. Yeah, a little bit of weight, like 10, 15 pounds. And then I ended up putting some of that back on. Actually, the whole amount back on, but some of that was muscle, though, because I've been doing P90X, DDP yoga, and all that shit for quite a while now. So there's no doubt that even if it's only 3 or 4 pounds, maybe 5 pounds in a couple years, it's really not that crazy to think that that's what I've done. Maybe I put on, 7 pounds of fat back on over the course of a year. And that was only because I started eating carbs like a normal person again. So then people might think, oh, well, he's gonna put all the weight back on when he does eventually get off the keto-like diet. Well, if my blood sugars are normal and I weighed, let's say, a respectable weight, like 180 pounds, it'd probably be a non-issue, right? Probably wouldn't have to worry about all this weight just coming back on magically out of nowhere. That's not quite how it works. Sure, a couple of pounds might come back on. Like that 5 pounds I lost, I'm not gonna lie. It's not all fat. It's probably water weight. It's usually what happens the first week you're on any kind of a healthy change for yourself, so. Oh, ow. The piranha almost nipped my tail. Yeah, you want some of that? I'll pull you out of the fucking water. You're lucky. That's it. That's what you get. See? I love this whole, talking, rambling about nothing, random stuff, and having the guide, because literally the arrow tells me, hey, fucker, go over here. I don't have to think. Why would I want to think? I make things more complicated than they are in life in general. I do that with everything, whether it's guitar playing, playing this video game that I've been doing on and off for 18 years. It's some wild shit. But yeah, I wanted to do a little bit of Zangermarsh, Tauren Death Knight, talk some stuff. See, I'm still here and I'm still... Well, I mean, in a way this is a better belt, but not really. We'll go ahead and grab that one. Don't be shy, man. Yeah, see, that was cringy, but it was supposed to be. Greetings, man. I'm like, where am I going? See, I'm about to ding. Ding-a-ling-ding-ding. I think when I started, I was somewhere around here. I can't quite remember.
You come get the voodoo.
Oh, I came and got the voodoo years ago. I got the voodoo before your ass was born. Almost there, almost. At that 67 mark. I don't know. Do I want to keep going or do I want to... mix it up a little bit? And maybe get in... I don't know. What do I know? I say that a lot. No, I don't know. A lot of people are probably wondering, what does he fucking know? Is there anything? I've never heard him say, oh, I know. It's always, I don't know. I'm a humble guy. I don't know much. I know what I know and what I don't know. That made no sense, but it did to me.
Right.
Yeah, see, I got a bunch of... Not a bunch, but... I think that's what I should do. I could have just... The fuck? Kill Felrafin. Hold on a second here. Let me just look at my quest log. So we've got... Swamp Rat Post. Cenarian Refuge. Yeah, then Cenarian... You know, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. See? I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna fly fast. Like, I mean really fast, if I can... Flight Master. There we go. Again, I don't want to have to think. I knew it was somewhere around here. We're gonna go turn in those quests. Me doing good, man. Alright, I gotta stop that. It's addicting. It's really addicting. Actually, one of my favorite overall characters and race is the Trollman. But, there's only 24 hours in a day, only so much shit I can do. I don't like their bow animation, like the way they're like bent in half. They look fucking stupid. Two-hander, not so bad. One-hander, they're awesome. I got a Tauren Shaman. I got Shami Sosa. You see what I did there? Because anyways, if I have to explain it, it's not funny. But yeah, there's just so many different classes and races that I enjoy in World of Warcraft. It's just so hard to sometimes stick with it, but I think it's not really debatable that the Druid is my numero uno overall. If I only had to play one character, it would be it. The Death Knight is really up there. They just level up so fast. Like I said, they're just so powerful. It's hard for me not to give myself one. And just plowing through the content, as you can see, there's like nobody really around. We saw that one Alliance guy. He could have tried to pull a fast one when he was behind me, you know what I'm saying? That sounded really gross, but anyways. And he didn't. Nobody has yet. No one's fucked with me yet. And there's been a lot of 70s out there on this server. It's kind of hard to get a reading on this one, because this server, actually, where the hell is he going? He's gone rogue. He's gone AWOL. Get back to that Swamp Rat Post. You know, it's sad, and I'm going to admit something to you right now. It's Swamp Rat Post. Get it? Swamp Rat, like a swamp rat. But all these years that I've said the word Swamp Rat, I wasn't hearing it as two words. Anyways, wasn't cluing in. Another plate. We'll go with the one that gives the most money. Bam! 67. There's nothing else from the bloodline that I want. I got 2 points. Not really anything in here I want, because I'm not really playing Unholy. But the dodge is nice, because I am a tank. Epidemic, pandemic, whatever. Yes, there's a difference. Increase the duration of blood plague and frost fever. I like that one. This one's probably going to be like increases the range of your icy touch, change the I mean, that one I could definitely see myself doing for the reach. But we'll have to see. I'm not I'm not in a rush to have to put those 2 points in. Like, oh my god, what will happen? We can calm down. Oh, there's a person. There was a person there. They do exist. It was a Death Knight, of all things. That's original. But yeah, we dinged. Actually, I don't know if I should do the Dwarf Hunter in this video. I feel like I'm going to eat soon. I'm hungry as shit. Plus, to lower the video under 22 minutes, which I've gone over. Well, let's take a look. 25 minutes. I fucked it up. I ruined it. That's it. It's over. It's done. 25 minutes. Shit. Where am I going? Anything over about 22 minutes really takes a while. Uh-oh. We've got an unsavory here. Is that the guy from earlier? There was a time where I would have been on my mage and I would have been like sitting right here and I could have pulled him and whacked the shit out of him. Exactly. Ishnu Dal Dieb to you too. A finger, a neck, a cloak. See, that cloak is almost better. Almost. I mean, the green one's got better armor. It's only got 2 less strength. But it's got 18 Yeah, it might be a good ring. Not too shabby. I'm actually going, why the fuck would it want me to take an intellect ring? Fuck is wrong with you? What in the fuck is wrong with you? The balance must be preserved. So I just keep turning in all these quests. Bar's not really budging, but whatever. And I don't want to kill him either. This is a joke now. Because what'll end up happening is he'll look in his log at who killed him while he was AFK. And then he'll come hunt me down when I'm not looking. I don't want to get into that shit. Here we go. I can start earning some rested XP. Yeah, that's it. I think 25 minutes. It's like a TV show. And there was no commercials. Mind you, some of you are probably wishing there were a few commercials, kind of give you a break from all this gum flapping. But there you have it. Just wanted to have some fun. That's what it's all about. If you liked the video, you know the drill. A thumbs up, as it does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and making me more relevant in the search results. It's a lot more than just getting a warm, fuzzy feeling from seeing 2 likes on a video, trust me. And if you didn't like the video, that's okay. Go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll make sure when you wake up tomorrow morning, this is what you look like. Exactly. See? See, he's awake. He's awake. He would have known. Isaac would have known. And that wouldn't have been good. So I would have been distracted there. He could have sent that tooth gobbler or whatever it's called, spinebender, after me. And that wouldn't have been good. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, and if you want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, obviously, that would be great, right? But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And maybe I'll see some of you in the next video. Bye for now.